Today we are going to work on a couple things on the car. First is this seat. I took these seats out of my Toyota pickup. It's made for a 4-point harness. I do need to make some modifications because of the brackets that I purchased. This is something cheap that I'm willing to customize so I can have the proper fitment. Second off, what we're doing today is fixing this leak. If you see, those lines are full of oil, same with my floor, and that's because the fittings in there are not sealing properly. So I think it's only the top hose. I will be taking that hose out. Luckily I have enough so I can pull some back and I try to fix that leak because it's causing everything to look really messy. Hopefully it does not leak again. I don't know if you can see, but I believe it was that first hose, not the first one, with the top one, which is the return line. Now while I was down there, I saw the suspension was loose, so I figured that I needed to tighten everything back up. I haven't run the car a lot, but after that event I have done a couple laps and I noticed like a little shake on the front, so found that the whole suspension was loose, so I tied that. Now I got some new spark plugs that I'm gonna be putting. These are the NGK spark plugs. That's the part number. They say these are pretty good, so I'm gonna try make sure everything is better. I should be using a gap of 0.04, I believe. I'm not sure if that's 0.04, but I don't have a way of measuring this right now, so I might need to run to the store and get the tool to measure the gap. And last but not least, so this is a bracket that goes behind the seats. What this does is allow you to use 4 or 6-point harness and you know, keep you from using the OEM seatbelt. I really hate the fact that I need to use that, but in this case it might come handy because when I'm drifting on my OEM seat, I bounce all the way around inside the car. So I have this bucket seats, right, that I'm trying to do the installation, and I need some brackets. That way it will keep me from sliding and I will have more control of the car because I'm not thinking on putting myself back to the driver's seat because I'm all the way on the passenger seat, you know what I'm saying? So let's try to put that before I design the brackets. But so far this bracket that I purchased is a piece of junk. I need to do some modification. It's not bad for, I mean, 40 bucks or whatever I pay for it. I'm gonna be putting an L bracket in here, L bracket down there, and another L bracket in there. Now the point that is over here, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it because I can't even see it, and the L bracket is way far from what it is. So I might be doing something else, but as long as I have the 2 in the front and 1 on the back, I think I will be good. So back to this thing, we did mount the whole bar. Let me show you guys right quick. That's the whole assembly. Now I mentioned that I don't like this for a couple things. First, you can see the gaps here where it doesn't really sit properly. Second, I had to bend this so it will fit. Third, This bar looks weak, but the whole thing, the whole assembly is really, it's really good. Once you put it together, it's really good. Now what I'm doing, I'm working with these seat brackets that I purchased on eBay, of course. And I need to do some modification because this is not made for these seats. The reason why is because the mounting points are on the side parallel, and these one are in the middle. So what I'm doing is I set this seat and I sit on it, and I took some measurements, right, and try to be comfortable on it. And then I went and purchased some brackets, and I'm cutting it as I speak, and I'm fabricating these brackets so I can mount the seat to the seat bracket with these little L's. So I did the first one yesterday. I'm going to drill now a little hole in here so that I can mount this with a bolt in there, and then with a bolt on that part of the seat. So that's one. And then I have the second one, which is gonna sit roughly in there. So I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna do a bracket from here to this point. Now I'm trying to align this where it goes like right here, but it's not gonna happen, as you can tell. So I need to do something else. I want to put it like this because I need to make a bracket that will hold this seat from going down. The front one is gonna hold it from going forward or backwards. The back one is gonna hold it from going down or up. This bracket that I made, it's gonna work for here. Super great. I just gotta make a hole, and then will be that as the second one. This one is gonna be a little hard, but it's almost aligned to this bolt, so I'm going to see what I'm gonna do there. And then the hardest one is gonna be that one because it has to go down to that bolt, or maybe somewhere in here. So I haven't figured that one out. The good thing about this is that the other side is the same but just opposite. So I just gotta do 4, make them really good, and then trace 4 more brackets that essentially will give the passenger seat the same mounting position than the driver's seat. Billy bam, 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 Billy bam. So this is how I made that bracket, and I was hoping that these two would align so I can make another bracket in here. That's the front one. It doesn't really move. It doesn't have brackets on the other side, but it does not move back and forward. It's really secure. Now the problem that I have is that it's getting colder, and I still need 2 more brackets to do, and these are the hardest one. Alright, this is looking pretty good. They have like a cushion over here. I put it from almost my back. Well, it's kind of like on the middle of the traps, all the way to the chest. So I think that's how it goes. Let's talk about this. Look at the fit, man. This is pretty good, man. I have a feeling, I don't know if it's because it's been a long time since I wore a harness, but I have a feeling of this harness pushing me down. Let me get the curvature right here of the seat, so I'm probably gonna put a pillow on mine. But it feels pretty good, you know, and it's pretty tight. If you can see, I secured that mount there. This one it's under, I don't know if you guys can see, probably not. And then this one it's on this side. So this is pretty damn good, you know. I feel secure. It's really tight. This is tight. This is tight. Again, I only feel like it's pushing me down, but it's not really bad. And I really like the vibe, you know. It's green. This side looks green. That's has a little bit of green somewhere. But you know, doing this side to side, I really feel secure. I feel like I'm gonna stay in this same position for the entire time that I'm running this car. It's like all savage. So this is pretty good. Now I only did the driver's side. I need to do the passenger side, and then after doing everything, I need to take all the seats and pressure wash them because I have never washed this seat before. That's the wrap for today. Next video, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but if you stay tuned, you'll figure it out.